Greetings, kids. Your old friend BHAGWAN again. I've been telling you for some time now that I was going to do a tape for you guys on the 12 pathways to unconditional love and oneness. These things are the masterpiece of my master Ken Kais Jr. And they were at the core of the book, The Handbook to Higher Consciousness. I think I made a statement to you one time in the past that the whole handbook is designed to help you become a be here now person. To take your mind out of your life and to just be a creature of flow. If your head's right, your mind is quiet, you move through life with a grace and a fluidity that's unparalleled, and you handle things better than you can in any other fashion. Every bit of mental activity that you have going on while you're doing something is impeding what you're doing. It's like riding a bicycle. You don't think when you're riding a bicycle. As soon as you start thinking, you're going to have problems riding that bike. You're going to miss a turn. You're going to lose your balance. All those kind of things. So this is an iterative thing. 12 pathways broken down into 4 groups with 3 pathways each. And in these pathways, Ken uses the term addictions. And the crispest definition I can give you of what addictions are relative to this thing is any situation in your head that causes you pain or discomfort if you don't get what you want. If you get what you want, usually lives are good, you're grinning and all that other stuff. But when you don't get what you want, or something happens that you didn't want to happen, that's where you get anxieties built in. And some of those things are debilitating, and those of you who know much about this understand that. I'm going to read them because I told you a long time ago I had condensed all of this stuff into one, which is I always remember that I have everything I need here and now, unless I'm letting my consciousness be dominated by demands or expectations based on the dead past or the imagined future. So, the first 3 deal with freeing yourself. I am freeing myself from security, sensation, and power addictions that make me try to forcefully control situations in my life and thus destroy my serenity and keep me from loving myself and others. If you think about it, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're dealing with somebody and there's headsets going, oh, do I like this person? Should I be talking to this person? This person come from the wrong belief system. All of those things will interfere with you being able to effectively interface with that person. Every doubt, every question that you have when you meet somebody that causes you not to interface cleanly interferes with your ability to receive and understand what they're sharing with you. I told you a long time ago, this silly thing, that I listen to everybody. I block my mind from nothing. I don't care what it is. If it's being given to me in the moment, I assume that God wants me to hear it, and I hear it. And then I do with it as my intellect says I should. The second one, I am discovering how my consciousness dominating addictions create my illusory version of the changing world of people and situations around me. I think what I need to do, because I only got 15 minutes. Well, actually, I don't. They now extended that, so I can take this in a little bit of a thing. So let's say that you really want something. If you get focused on what you want, that focus will disrupt your ability to receive inputs. People will be trying to share stuff with you, and it'll just go right over your head, because your mind is cluttered, and a cluttered mind doesn't allow inputs. The notion of a quiet mind makes it a receptor. Information comes in, you receive it, you let it go. Your intellect will determine whether or not it has value to you, and it'll homogenize it with your existing belief system. And if there's anything there that you need, it will extract it. If you don't need it, it'll just let it go. This is the one that people have trouble with. I welcome the opportunity, even if painful, that my minute-to-minute experience offers me to become aware of the addictions I must reprogram to be liberated from my robot-like emotional patterns. We talked about that, about how you're triggered. Something happens, you got some headset stuff that says how it should be. If it's not that way, you're automatically critiquing it. Instead of letting it pass through you and internalizing it and allowing it yourself to be able to filter it out, you block it. Remember I told you early on in this stuff about people who are narrow-minded. Yeah, this is the way it is. Nothing comes in. Those blinders block it. What you want to do is let stuff in and just receive it. The next three deal with be here now. And this is mine, the one I tell you all about. I always remember that I have everything I need to enjoy my here and now, unless I'm allowing my consciousness to be dominated by demands and expectations based on the dead past and the imagined future. We've done that one a lot of times. I'm telling you, just trying to bring yourself here. Don't have any, if you're on a mission, the mission will be self-defined. You're going, you're committed yourself to something, and very often what people do is they focus in. And new information that might alter the mission don't get in. That's why so many people fail. You have a blind mission, and it doesn't allow contemporary current information to get in there that might affect what that mission needs to be. A lot of failure in life is based on that. You choose to do something very often based on not enough information. Most of you don't do much research into life. You don't read, you watch television, or maybe you don't even do that. Smoke dope, whatever it is that you've got yourself doing. It impedes your ability to grow as a human being. I take full responsibility here and now for everything I experience, for it is my own programming that creates my actions and also influences the reactions, I can't do this, of people around me. I want to do that one again because I'm driving, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. But I wanted to get this out to you because remember I told you I was doing a slug. I'm just sending a bunch of stuff out. We'll see where it falls. My job is to just put information out. Hopefully you'll learn something from it. The more you learn from it, the more open you'll be to new knowledge. And I'm just going to keep sharing that stuff with you. We're going to do that one again. I take full responsibility here and now for everything I experience, for it is my own programming that creates my actions and also influences the reactions of people around me. So if you're an angry, pissed off guy and you growl at people, well, unless they're pretty centered, you're not going to get a smile out of them. You're not going to go, oh, wow, I'm really glad to be around this offensive person. Okay? You need to... I'll tell you a story. I was in the Marine Corps. I told you. Matter of fact, you might be out there, sir. The gentleman I'm going to tell you about here might be there. And if you are, come and talk to me because, get in touch with me. Because I would be really glad to see how that affected you and what the outcome of that was. I don't know exactly what month it was. I'm going to say it was either 1965 or 1966. I was at a base in Belle Chase, Louisiana, called Alvin Callender Field. And we had a Marine Reserve photo recon squadron based there, and some helicopters. We take these guys on maneuvers for 2 weeks every year. And this particular time, we went to the Marine Corps Air Station at El Toro, California, which is kind of around Los Angeles. These guys are redneck Southern guys, and this is a long time ago, 1965. A lot of racial stuff going on in the world at that time. And at least in Louisiana, I mean, they still had segregation going full blast. Not so much in California. So at the club, at the NCO club, or the enlisted club, I don't remember which, a black Marine asks a white woman Marine to dance. Well, these guys from Louisiana weren't hearing that. And the next thing you know, there's a race riot going on the base. Well, I've always been above that nonsense. If you're someone who sees that as making sense, drop back and think about what you're saying. We're just people, man. We're in the 21st century. You should be starting to understand we're just people. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. And all that stuff well, that's just not right. That's just not right. That's crap your parents fed you and your traditions have fed you. People are people. And they should each be entitled to choose to do whatever it is they choose to do. So long story short, I separate myself from that. So I'm just heading back to the barracks. And this black MP, military police guy, I think he was a Corporal E4, comes out of nowhere in front of me, points his .45 at me, and says, "Die, you white motherfucker!" And I smiled at him.